Hey, Mo, I think I see something strange.
You must have looked in the mirror. What is it?
Would you believe me if I said I saw a castle?
No.
That's what I thought.
Well, did you see something strange?
I sure did.
What is it?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
How do you know I wouldn't believe you?
You just said you wouldn't.
What did you see?
A castle.
Oh, what?
A castle. Look up that way, on the hill.
Hey, he's right. A real castle. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
You look like a monkey's uncle.
Look, the carriage is turning into this road. We're riding towards the castle.
Gosh, a real castle. I wonder what we'll find there.
Hey, Mo, I'm scared.
Me too. I've never been inside a castle before. What if somebody finds us?
No one's going to find us if we stay out of the way and keep quiet.
Watch out. Someone's coming.
Quick, hide behind the throne.
Hey, Mo, can you see anything?
Not yet. Wait a minute. There's a man coming. He looks like a king.
A king? Oh, good. Kings are smart. Maybe he can tell us how to get home.
Quiet. We're not supposed to be here, remember? If we get caught, we'll get thrown out.
Who gets thrown out?
We'll get thrown out.
That's why they call it a throne room.
Quiet. I'm in no mood for jokes. There's more people coming.
Ladies and gentlemen of the royal court.
Hey, that's no king. He's a judge.
Yeah, it must be some kind of a crazy courthouse.
No, the people who live in the castle are called the King's Court.
Are you sure we're not in an old apartment house?
Quiet. The king's going to talk.
As you all know, last night we held a grand party in the castle ballroom to honor my son, the prince, upon the occasion of his birthday.
Hey, the prince had a birthday. Maybe we'll get some cake.
Shh. The party was last night. Hey, what's that you've got in your hand, Curly?
Oh, this. Just an old shoe. I found it lying on the table. That king is a pretty sloppy housekeeper, leaving shoes laying around the throne room.
At the party was a beautiful young lady with whom the prince fell in love.
Did you hear that? The prince fell in love with a beautiful young lady. Maybe there'll be a wedding and we'll get some cake after all.
I hope we won't be here that long, Curly.
Oh, well.
At the stroke of 12, that young lady ran from the ballroom without telling anyone what her name was or where she lived.
That was very impolite, don't you think?
Sure was.
The prince is heartbroken. He sits in his room all day and will not eat.
He's going to be a pretty skinny prince if he keeps that up.
However, there is still hope of finding this maiden. When she ran off, she dropped her slipper.
I hope her feet were clean.
I have the slipper here in the palace. This afternoon, I shall send my footmen to every house in the kingdom. Each maiden will have a chance to try on the slipper.
Do you think it will fit me?
You're no maiden. Besides, your feet are too big.
And the maid whose foot fits the slipper will become the wife of the prince.
And a princess besides.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I shall fetch the slipper. It's behind the throne.
Look, the king. He's coming this way. We better get out of here.
Hold, you knaves! Who are you? Where do you think you're going?
We know who we are. May we please leave the room?
Yeah, we gotta go, Your Majesty. Be seeing you. Bye.
Guards! Guards! Stop those three knaves.
Oops, they caught us.
Now, would you explain your presence in this palace?
We're from the Jiffy Spiffy Cleaner.
We're from the Goofy Spoofy.
We're from the Jiffy Spiffy, footman service.
Yeah, that's right. We're feet men.
Feet men?
Oh, he means footman, Your Honor. I mean, Your Highness. We are prepared to deliver the slipper far and wide until we find the the tootsies, the dainty foot that faints. Fits.
The far and wider, the better.
What did you say?
Oh, the fairer the maiden, the better, Your Majesty.
Yes, of course. I see. But where did you get those strange clothes?
Oh, this is what the well-dressed footmen were wearing this year.
This seems very strange. But I suppose it's all right. Here is the slipper. Make sure you guard it carefully. And don't come back without finding a bride for the prince.
Yes, Your
Yes, Your
Majesty.
Of course not, Your
Yes.
Majesty.
I shall have the coach waiting at the castle door, and you'd better take along a few of the palace guards to make sure you don't get lost riding through the forest.
Oh, no. Those guards make me nervous.
What did you say?
I said at your service, Your Majesty.
Very well. You may take your leave.
Yes,
Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty.
We're going.
Boy, oh boy, are we in a jam now. 5 houses and 12 maidens and still no foot to fit the slipper.
We can't spend all our time hunting for an unidentified foot. It might take weeks. We'll never get back to the professor's lab.
You know, that reminds me of a story I read when I was a little boy.
What kind of story?
You know, a story about a girl who goes to a ball and loses her shoe. What's her name?
That's it. Curly, you're a genius.
I am? I mean, yeah, I am. What'd I say?
The girl who goes to the ball and loses her shoe. That's Cinderella.
Yeah, that's the one, Cinderella. I read the story about her once. Does that make me a genius?
I wish you two guys would tell me what you're talking about.
Don't you see? It all makes sense now. The horse-drawn carriage and the driver with a wig and the castle and the king.
Maybe it makes sense to you, but I still don't know what you're talking about.
The professor's rocket.
What does it have to do with all those things you just mentioned?
That was no ordinary rocket. That was a time rocket, remember? We've been transported back through time to the days of castles and knights.
What's so special about knights? We got knights back home. And days, too.
Not those kind of knights, Dopey. The kind of knights that ride on horseback and save maidens in distress.
All right, so we've been transported back through time and space. How does it help us now? We got the shoe and a half a dozen guards riding with us in this coach to make sure we find a princess for the hungry prince.
It's simple. All we have to do is find out where Cinderella lives, and we have the answer to the king's problem.
But that still won't get us back to the rocket ship.
Oh, yes, it will. Just leave it to me. Look, this is what we'll do. Hey, driver, stop the coach. There's a man walking down the street. I'll ask him. Pardon me, sir, but could you direct me to the home of a young maiden named Cinderella?
What did you say her name was?
You know, mister, the lady with the glass foot?
I beg your pardon, but I don't believe I know any ladies who have glass feet. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, he means the lady with the glass slipper.
If you don't mind my saying so, sir, I think you're a bit confused. All the ladies of this neighborhood wear shoes made out of leather.
Well, this lady happens to be different, if you don't mind my saying so.
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, you seem to be a bit confused yourself.
We don't mean you any offense, sir. We're the King's Footmen.
Yeah, we're new in this town.
We're looking for a lady named Cinderella.
Oh, Cinderella, why didn't you say so? Yes, I know her. She lives in the 3rd house on the next block.
Thank you. To the next block, driver.
Now what do we do, Mo?
Just follow me and remember what I told you. As soon as the shoe is on her foot.
Who is it?
It's us.
Who are you?
We're the King's Footmen. We've come for your foot.
For my what?
Pardon us, ma'am, but we're here to find a future princess. Are you Cinderella?
Yes, but
What size shoe do you wear?
11.5 triple E. Why?
That's a pretty big foot.
That's wonderful. You're it.
I'm what?
You're the girl we've been looking for.
But how do you know?
Because all the storybooks say so.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to clean up the house before my wicked stepsisters wake up.
You don't seem to understand, young lady. You're about to become rich and famous. All you have to do is try on a slipper.
But what would I do with only one slipper?
If the shoe fits, wear it, I always say.
Would you mind sitting down on this chair for a minute?
Well, if you insist.
Now, just give my partner Curly your foot.
Is it clean?
Of course it's clean. I always wash my feet after every meal.
Wonderful. Now, remember our plan as soon as the shoe is on.
Well, what do I do now? I can't sit here all day, you know.
Of course not, my dear. Now, just take your little tootsie and put it inside that slipper.
All right, but I really don't understand.
Don't worry, you will soon enough. That's right. Just slip it on. A little more now, and...
Hey, guys, it's Fit. She's the one.
Of course. What did I tell you? Come, everybody. Guards. We found the princess.
Guards, come here,
Hurry
quickly.
up.
This way.
Quick.
Hurry up.
Okay, fellas. Now, let's make a run for it. Quick, get into the carriage. Here, you horses. Run, run. Get up there. We're going to get back to that rocket and get out of here before anything else happens.
I never wanted to be a shoe salesman anyway.
Look up that road. The rocket.
Okay, now when I stop this carriage, we make a run for that rocket, understand?
Right.
Oh, you horses. Now, run, boys, run. Quick, inside the time rocket.
We made it.
Quick, Larry, push the starter button.
Right, boss.
We're safe.
At least for now.
Here we go again. Who knows where we'll wind up this time?